I generated all these photos of myself with a Canva app that nobody is talking about. I mean, look at them. They look so real that my friends and even my own mother had a hard time figuring out what was going on here. So in this video, I'll show you everything I know about this app. I'll tell you what it is, how to use it, and give you my best tips so that you too can get the best photos out of it. Hi everyone, Ronnie here, your go-to Canva guru. Welcome back to our channel. This one is going to be an amazing tutorial. I want to introduce you to an app that blew my mind. I mean, that's the first time it really happens like this with the Canva app. The app is called Headshots. In full disclosure, Headshots is a paid app. You will need credits to use it, but I managed to make a deal with them so I could bring you guys, my audience, the team RONNY supporters, a nice discount to buy credits for using the app. More about this later in the tutorial. So full disclosure, Headshots is sponsoring this video, but it doesn't change that this is an amazing app. I wouldn't introduce it to you and praise it myself like I do if I wasn't convinced about what you can do with it. All right, let's get into the steps you will need to follow in order for you to generate your own AI portraits. The very first thing you will need to do is to come to Canva and locate the apps button. Okay, so click on apps and then search for Headshots. Headshots like this, and the logo looks like this. It's a camera icon, so click on it and you should get to this menu right here. So there are two tabs. The first one is generate and the second one is to manage your different headshots that have been taken with the app. So you need to start by training a new model. So we can see here the app prompts us to upload some photos. So upload at least 10 photos where only your face is visible. Uploading more photos will provide better results. Then if we look at this second field right here, the model name is simply a field for you to name your model, to give that model that you're going to train a name. Me, I have decided to train the model on my photos. To be fully transparent, I already have a model trained here, but I want to train a new one because since I trained my first model, I talked to my friend at Headshot and he gave me some tips on how to optimize the model, which kind of photos to upload so that you get the best possible results. So I want to try this new way and also show you the steps, obviously. So what else should you know about training a model? Well, first of all, it's not free. Like I was telling you before, it will cost you credits, 90 credits to train a new model based on a new set of photos. Now, included in this AI model training, you will get 40 headshots generated automatically as soon as the model finishes the training. Okay, so once it's trained, it will generate 40 headshots for you. You will receive an email letting you know, hey, your model is ready, discover your headshots. So we'll go through this. The training takes about an hour. Okay, so it takes a bit of time. Now, obviously, these credits need to be purchased at some point. So how do you get the credits? You need to click on that little credit right here, link. So let's open that. There you go. You will get to this page right here where you can choose between 3 different packs of credits. You have the basic pack that costs $19. That will give you 100 credits. Remember, training the model costs 90 credits. That includes 40 headshots. So this means that for $19, you can actually get a model trained and receive 50 headshots because every additional headshot will cost you 1 credit. So when you prompt, you'll get 4 different images, kind of like Magic Media, and you can choose any one of these. That generation of 4 new images will cost you 1 credit. So since it's 90 credit just for training the model, you still have 10 credits to generate photos with if you buy the smaller pack. Now, I told you I partnered with Headshots and I managed to get you 10% off if you use the coupon Team RONNY. So I'll show you how to apply this in a second. Let me just explain the other packages. So you have a $29 package for 200 credits credits and a $39 package for 300 credits. So it really depends on your needs. If you're not sure, maybe start with a small package because you can still buy more credits after all, after you train your first model and you see that it's good, that you like it, that the quality of the photos you get is consistently good, and then you can very easily buy more credits, continue using the 10% discount with our coupon, and just continue using the app. If you don't like it, all you would have lost is about $20. But I do think you will like it because it's pretty amazing. So me here, I'm gonna buy this $29 pack for 200 credits, get the 200 credits. So it costs you $29. But if you use our promo code TEAMRONNY, okay, TEAMRONNY, all caps, everything attached, you should get 10% off. Here, that's $2.90, and it will all come down to $26. So the 10% off will be working for everyone. Just make sure to use TEAMRONNY when you check out. All right, let me come back to Canva and show you some tips that were given to me by Headshots on what kind of photos you should use to train the model. So this is going to be the second model I train, and I can show you a side-by-side comparison after if you want, if you're interested into that. But first, some tips. You should only upload photos that feature you. You should choose a set of photos with a variety of backgrounds that will help the AI learn better. Choose some recent photos, so nothing that is like more than 2 years old maybe. Include some photos that are taken in different locations, different settings. That should also help the AI. Next, avoid exaggerated or silly face expressions. And this is really why I decided to train a second model. Though the first one, I'm very happy with it, but I trained it on these kinds of photos. You see the photos I usually use on my YouTube thumbnails, and these are exaggerated silly faces or exaggerated expressions on my face. So I noticed that the final output sometimes, not all the time, and most of the time when I generate a new photo, out of the 4 images generated, one is usually better than the other ones. But the fail ones are, I believe, because I uploaded a lot of these silly faces. So this time I'm going to be using much more neutral faces of mine and also more variety of background settings to help the AI really figure it out a bit better. All right. So good lighting for clear and accurate results, showing different head positions and angles. The first set that I used, the camera was fixed on a tripod, so I always had kind of like the same perspective. So I'm going to correct that with the second model I trained and capture you looking directly at the camera with a mix of neutral expressions and subtle smiles. So great. Now, knowing this, I'm going to show you the sample of photos that I'm going to be using. This should give you a good idea of the batch of images you need to gather in order to train that model the best way possible. All right, there you go, guys. I'm going to quickly go through my different photos. You see, so here I have photos without a background, like kind of neutral faces. A lot of them are from the same batch, but then I switch it up. Okay, so photos of me without the glasses, different backgrounds, kind of different poses, long hair, short hair, stuff like that. This one, okay, another one. There is another person in the photo. You might recognize her, but let's hope the AI doesn't get confused. Another one here with a different lighting, different haircut. So altogether, this is a set of 30 photos. Headshot recommends that you upload 10 to 20 photos, but they also said that the more, the better, the more accurate the model would be. Might take slightly longer to train. I'm not sure about that. Also, the quality, the resolution needs to be higher than 512 pixels. For me, I try to provide the highest possible resolution. And then last but not least, it is better to upload your photos in PNG format. If you have the choice between PNG and JPEG, go for PNG, but also they said that any format would do. I'm just giving you the best guidelines in order to really optimize the training of that model. All right, so once you have your set of photos selected, come back to Headshots and you are simply going to start uploading. I'm going to give this model my name. I'm just simply going to call it RONNY. All right, so let's upload these photos. I'm going to click on the Choose File button right here. This is my set. Okay, you see my entire set. So I can go Control A or Command A to select them all. open, and this will start loading the photos right here. I have an error message, so I cannot upload all of these photos right here because each of these images is larger than 5 megabytes. Okay, so I learned something useful here. Your photos that you upload to Headshots need to be maximum 5 megabyte large in terms of file size. So what I need to do is to resize all of these photos, and I'm going to show you a tool that I used to do so. You see all of these photos right here. I have very simply, the tool is free. It's called Shrink Media. You can resize up to 10 photos without logging in. Me, I had slightly more, so I created a free account and haven't paid anything for this. So I'm going to show you with the last photo remaining. So that would be this one right here. You see the other ones are smaller than 5 megabytes. So first you need to upload your photo into Shrink Media, this one right here. Next, it will kind of like set some random parameters, some random settings for you, photo quality. And you see the file size, 391 kilobytes. I still have a lot of margin here, so I would like to push this photo quality much higher. I'm going to go 100% in quality and see 75% in size. See if that makes sense. No, still a little bit over. So I'm going to slightly reduce this until I hit my sweet spot, you know, because as Headshot mentioned to us, the larger the file, the higher resolution, the better. So this 90% photo quality, 75% photo dimension seems to be giving me some good result. Maybe I can push this slightly more. Let's see, compress. So by reducing the quality by only 10%, yeah, that is fine. So once you're okay with this, you can just click download. Your photo is going to be downloaded, and now I can upload these to Headshots one more time. So I actually downloaded them here. So all of these will be the new ones. You see they are all under 5 megabytes. So I should be able to upload these. Yep, there you go. So now I have all of my photos right here. I should have 30, right? I have named my model. So I can now train that model. And the way you train it is by clicking that purple button right here. It will cost you 90 credits, but you will get 40 headshots. All right, so let's click here. Let's start generating these headshots and training the model. It will take a while, so I'm going to cut the video and come back to it once I receive that email. All right, guys, I got the email and my model is now ready. Now, I haven't yet discovered my 40 free headshots. So I'm going to get back to Canva right here. And I got this message. Your headshots are ready. To view them, go to Manage. Okay, so let's click on Manage. I need to select the model. So remember, it's this one right here, RONNY. Then I can click on Next. And if I head over to Headshots right here, I'm going to be able to see my different headshots. Okay, so they are loading. Let's wait a second so we can discover them all. All right, interesting. So let's click on the first one right here, make it full screen so we can see what really is going on here. This is pretty accurate, I would say. What do you think? As I'm saying, I'm discovering these with you, together with you. So I can see some of the similar outfits as per the first model I have trained. I like this one. This one is really cool. Different ones right here, different outfits. Some of them, of course, don't look quite like me, but out of these 40 headshots, I can probably rescue a good 15 to 20. All right. So I'm not going to go over each and every one of them individually. I just want to show you some of the good ones and then some of the bad ones without giving you an exhaustive tour of everything. This one doesn't look that much like me in terms of the body. The face could be me, but that body is not my body. What else do we have? We have this one right here. I think this one looks pretty close, I would say. Head-wise, yeah, the face, pretty good. I like that it gave me different kinds of backgrounds, so this one could work. Not my favorite one. This one is better in my opinion. Let's go over some of the classy ones right here. So here I have more hair. Let's have one with more hair. I like that this model gave me not so much like maybe like me if I had more hair, but I like that this model gave me a variety of photos of me with the glasses and without the glasses, because I trained the model on a sample, on a batch of photo that was both with and without the glasses. This is pretty good, I would say, pretty classy. I like the velvety kind of jacket blazer, so this is good. Here are some good ones. For example, this one looks pretty good to me. Let's see. Yeah, this little smile there, not quite right, but this one probably is, let me see. Yeah, this one is pretty cool. This one is very classy as well, kind of like business entrepreneur. This is a really cool photo. I could use that, definitely. Pretty satisfied about the result of this model, but you can judge. Like, let me know what you think of this batch. I have 40 different ones right here. Some casual, some more like classical, some business, elegant, I would say, casual business with these ones right here, more like formal business. I like it. I think the model did a great job understanding my face, my expression, my eyes. I think it's a success. And it is also, in my opinion, better than the previous model that I trained. I can show you maybe the previous model so you can understand what I mean. So I'm going to show you Ronnie black shirt, so the previous model, and go straight to my headshots. So you see what I was saying about the mouth being weird at some times. I trained the model on some photos where I had some silly faces, and you see, we can see in that type of photo right here. So these are the other photos. You see, it's not as good. Like this one, this guy right here is not me. I mean, not at all when you look at that face. So the photos you choose are really important for training the model and the model accuracy. Make sure you give it a variety of different photos, different settings, different backgrounds, well lit, and no like weird facial expressions. Something that is important to understand is what are we actually getting in terms of image resolution, image dimensions when we generate headshots with the app. Well, I've got some information on this slide right here. When we generate headshots with headshots, we receive high resolution 2048 by 2048 photos. All right, so it's the 1:1 squared aspect ratio, but it is in very high quality. So what I suggest you do, okay, once you have taken a good look at your 40 free headshots, is that you create a Canva document of these exact dimensions, 2048 by 2048, and you simply open the Headshots app and you start like organizing your favorite headshot. It's not going to be the whole 40. Some of them are going to be fails. So it really depends on your threshold of tolerance for how close or not close these photos are based on who the subject is. But for me, I had a pretty low tolerance for the errors because I wanted these photos to really look like me, or at least for someone that knows me from my content, think, okay, that is Ronnie, there's no doubt about that. All right, so that's what I did here in this other document. I didn't choose the 1:1 aspect ratio, but I did select some of the best photos here, and not all of them are great. Not all of them are ready for me to be published, but I selected some of them because I like the pause or I like the background, you know? So I decided to keep them because they will be useful to me to keep prompting in the future. And we'll see about this a bit later in the video. All right, so that is important to understand. What is it that you are getting from the Headshots app in terms of photo quality and dimensions? So guys, we have trained the model and we have discovered our headshots. Now, the next step would be to generate some new headshots based on the model that we have trained. Step number 3 is definitely where we start having some fun with our images. Okay, so now we have trained our model, we have selected our best headshots and organized them in a document. It is now time to start prompting and generating some new headshots based on whatever we'd like. That is the beauty of this app and this model. So we are going to start actually not wild, we are going to start like chill and then progressively go to some more eccentric eccentric kind of photos of me with the model. All right, let me show you the easy way to generate some new photos. Okay, so I'm here in the Headshots app. I'm going to come back to the Run Model button right here, the Run Model tab. If you're not there, if you are on this screen, you will first need to select your model first. So let's go for the latest one I trained, RONNY. Click on Next, and you will get here, okay? So from here, you can write a prompt to create a new photo of RONNY, right? Because it knows you now. The model knows you. So here is where things could get tricky, really, because it will come down to prompt engineering and how good your prompts are, okay? So the reason why I told you let's start easy, well, is because you have this button right here, the Inspire Me button, which is going to do the heavy lifting for you. So let's click on it the first time. And you see, as you click on it, it will generate a first prompt. So this will give us a good indication on how to prompt headshots in order to get good results. So let's read the prompt. Generate a professional headshot of male RONNY at age of 40 with short salt and pepper hair, brown eyes, and wearing glasses in a business casual outfit, such as a button-down shirt with rolled-up sleeves and tailored trousers with a warm and approachable expression. The background should be a modern co-working space. Okay, so here it repeated hair, brown eye, eyes. I'm not sure why. Okay, so I could generate this. Actually, I will generate this to show you the kind of input, and just know that from here, now every time I will generate a new photo, it will cost me 1 credit. And when I generate a photo, I actually generate 4 different versions of that photo. I told you, kind of like the magic media in Canva, all right? Okay, let's generate this photo and see what we get. I'm not gonna speed up the video. I want to show you the real speed at which the model works. It says it may take up to a minute. Usually it's faster than this. So I think it's a good time for me to have a sip of water. And I hope you are enjoying this content so far. I hope you're seeing the value in headshots. Me, I was blown away by the quality of the things I could generate and also the realism of these photos. So yeah, I sincerely hope you are enjoying the content. All right, my 4 photos are ready. Let's have a look. I'm gonna click on the first one right here and scale that up. All right, so this one I can see not really like me. This face is not me. Too bad, because I like this setting. This one is more like me. The second one right here. Okay, let me make this one smaller and this one much bigger. Yes, this is much more like me. The shirt is not too bad. The background is pretty interesting as well. So this is something I could use. Definitely could use this one. The first one, no, it's a big no. Let's see the third one right here. This is a pose that looks familiar to me. Okay, this is pretty realistic as well. Let's move this one out of the way. Yeah, this is pretty realistic. I kind of like this. It looks like a Levi's shirt without being a Levi's shirt. I'm not sure which one I prefer between the two. This one, I have a nicer smile. Here, I don't smile. And then let's see the fourth one right here. See if it's any good. There you go. It's right here. It's not that bad though, not as good as the other two. Okay, so I have 2 good photos here. Let me scale them down a little bit so we can see them side by side. There you go. So now we have these 2 photos that look pretty good. Between the 2, I would say this one is more realistic. So I will get rid of this one and keep this one right here. So you see, this was the easy way. I just used the Inspire Me button and I could circle through these prompts and start reading them as much as I want. Every time I will push the try another, there will be more prompts, more or less long, and all of these prompts will work. Okay, and they give us a good template to work with. So from here, we could go deeper. Okay, so we could start tweaking these prompts so we can have more control over the output. For example, let's take this new prompt right here. Generate a professional headshot of male RONNY at age 40 with short salt and pepper hair. Why hair every time? Brown eyes. It's weird. And wearing glasses. framed from the waist up, allowing more of the body to be visible while still keeping the face as the primary focus. Okay, so from the waist up. The background should be a high-rise office with a view of city skyline, significantly blurred for focus on the individual. Capture a professional expression that conveys confidence and approachability. Let's say frame from the waist up. Ronnie is standing, allowing more of the body to be visible, still keeping the face as the primary focus. Okay, let's get rid of that. Ronnie is standing, looking straight at the camera. The background should be a high-rise office. Okay, let's get rid of the high-rise office. Let's just use a plain background. The background is an orange gradient. The background is a warm orange gradient. Photographer. The background is a warm orange photography paper background. Ronnie is standing, looking straight at the camera in front of a warm orange photography paper backdrop. That sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this. The mood is a relaxed expression that conveys confidence and approachability. Okay, so you see what I've done here. I've used the base prompt from the Inspire Me prompt, and I tweaked it to replace some of the ingredients, some of the elements of that prompt to something that I would like to see. Now, let's generate this prompt and see if it's any good. All right, so this is ready. I have my 4 different headshots right here. Some of them are pretty good, like this first one right here. So this one is pretty good. Let me zoom into this one. Yes, I like the orange backdrop. I can definitely use that. What else do I have? This one, not sure. This one, I can see it's not me. This one looks good too. So let's have a look. My traditional black t-shirt. I have so many photos in that black t-shirt. So here I have, again, 2 good photos out of 4. This is really good, like 50% success with these prompts is a really nice outcome, I believe. So I think you see the power of this, that you can really start playing around with the real you, like the real character of you, and you can control every single detail of the shot. Now, I've showed you some, I would say, reasonable photos of you. I mean, I'm not going to go into the very crazy, but I want to show you that you can push this much further, and more specifically, you can use a specific hack to grab these prompts. You see how I struggled writing this prompt right here? It's not easy to write a good prompt for headshots because you have to take many different things into consideration, right? And I've asked my friend at Headshot, like, what would be a good prompt for using in headshots? And he told me, okay, so the prompt basically needs to have a few of these ingredients. It needs to have your subject specification. So detailed physical attributes, emotional states, and interaction of the subject with the environment. That would be 1, the subject specification. The second part of your prompt should be the environmental context, the environment. So the lighting conditions, weather effects, spatial relationships, all of these things that kind of describe the scene. Then 3, you should have some technical parameters. So that could be the camera settings, the lens type, the post-processing effect that have been applied to your photo. And then finally, some atmospheric qualities. So the mood description, the temporal indicators, sensory details. So what do we feel when we look at this photo? So that is kind of, in a nutshell, what your prompt should be made of, like these 4 key points. So again, it's not easy to create a prompt like this. But hey, as always, I've got your back. All right, guys, in this bonus section, I'm going to show you my favorite way of using this app, okay? Because the Inspire Me button is nice. Writing your own prompt is complicated. So there is an actual hack to do it in a much easier way. And that technique consists of using an existing photo as a reference and to use ChatGPT to describe that photo to us and turn it into a prompt structured based on the prompt structure I mentioned before. I'm referring to this prompt structure right here on this slide that I read to you just a few minutes ago. All right, so let me show you how we would do this. The first step would be to find an image that we kind of want to replicate, a pose, a portrait, an attitude that you want to mimic, but with you as the subject. All right, so me, obviously, I researched famous entrepreneur portraits, and very quickly I stumbled upon Steve Jobs, right? And this the very famous portrait of Steve Jobs, kind of like pulling his chin hair with his black turtleneck iconic sweatshirt. Okay, so let's see if I can reproduce this. I also very much like this one, this photo of Steve Jobs pointing like a very determined look. So let's see what we can do here. And then I will show you some of the other projects I've worked on right here. And you will see it's pretty playful, pretty fun, pretty colorful as well. All right, so how would that work? Well, first thing first, you need the photo, okay? So this one, I grabbed it from Google, but you can grab a photo in the Elements tab right here. You can search. I'm gonna show you some of my recent searches. So this lady right here, I just typed astronaut portrait. I think that's what I typed for finding this photo right here. And I'll show you in a minute how I reproduced it with my model. So you can search the Canva library for some photos by simply using the Elements tab. You see, so I had Mexican wrestler that I tried as well. And you need to go to your photo section right here, see all, and you will have all photos. Okay, so I try one of these. So this set right here. I'll also show you the result in a minute. Anyways, once you have this, you can go to ChatGPT and use this exact prompt right here. Okay, so you can screenshot this slide because this will be your base prompt. Basically, it goes like this: analyze the essential components of the photo attached and help me generate a new technical prompt for a character called Ronnie that would match the attached photo exactly. The prompt for Ronnie should be no longer than 850 characters and needs to include, then I put like the 4 sections of the prompt: subject specification, subject outfit description, environmental context, and technical parameters, and also the atmospheric quality. So there are 5 parts to this prompt right here. Okay, so copy this prompt and then head over to ChatGPT. You can start a new conversation. GPT-4o will do. You just need to be able to attach a file. Now, I believe even free users can attach files now. You don't even need to use ChatGPT. You can use any large language model that allows you to upload a file, a photo. So it would go like this. So first, paste your prompt and then attach the photo. I think it's this one right here. There you go. It is here. So now you run the prompt, okay, and you see ChatGPT is going to come up with the prompt. Okay, Ronnie, a middle-aged man with a confident yet contemplative expression, stands in a striking close-up portrait against a seamless white background. His right hand gently rests under his chin, fingers curled slightly, conveying deep thought, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you see the image is captured with a 50mm lens, f2.8 for sharpness, with monochrome post-processing, adding a crisp yet organic film quality. So this is pretty good, though it has been bolded here. So I will ask to remove any formatting from this prompt. Okay, not changing the prompt, I just needed to remove the formatting. Okay, so when I paste that into headshots, I don't have the asterisks that are typical of the bolded text in a prompt. I'm just going to copy it, okay, and come back to my Canva document right here. Go to my headshots. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to come to this page and paste my prompt. Now, I see that there is a few things that are mentioned here about the glasses. I don't want these glasses, but I want my glasses. So let's put close-up portrait of Ronnie. Okay, so basically I just get rid of what is not necessary here. Close-up portrait of Ronnie with a confident yet contemplative expression, stands in striking, his intense gaze framed by his glasses. Okay, I think that's good enough now. Now I can go ahead and generate this for 1 credit. Let's see. All right, guys, my 4 Steve Jobs photos are here. Looking at them, I can see immediately that this one is not gonna cut it. Too bad, because the position of the hand was pretty good. This one could work. work. Let's see. This one is not too bad, though the beautifier went crazy on this one, I think, but it's not too bad. Let's see this other one right here. See if it's a little bit less beautified. I like the second hand here. This one is nice, actually. So you see, I was able to reproduce something pretty close to this Steve Jobs photos. But yeah, if you're not happy with the result, you can keep tweaking your prompt, or you can generate again. Like, you can simply generate again. You will get 4 new photos, and AI is a little bit like this. So it's a probability game for sure. You can tweak your prompt all you want. It's still going to be an iteration game. So the more you prompt, obviously, the more chances you get to having the perfect photo. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it here. But before I wrap up this video, I want to show you some of the other experiments I have been running. They are right here in my other document. So let me get to this page right here and go full screen so you can see. Remember, I told you I use this reference image from the Canva library. Okay, so I searched for this one in the Canva library with the terms portrait astronaut. And then I use the same technique. I put this into ChatGPT, use the same prompt. I got a description that got me this photo right here. And this one was with the first model I trained, the RONNY black shirt model, not even the best model. I like this. I think it captured the essence of this photo pretty well. So yeah, I lost the helmet. I tried to get the helmet, it didn't work. This one from this guy right here generated this one, which I think was pretty good too. Very realistic, kind of scary. I like the texture of the wrestler's mask. This one was pretty good. I tried with some other colors. So this one, to go from this one to this one, the only thing I changed was the description in the prompt of the colors of the mask. So I just changed the 3 colors for 3 different colors. This one, kind of weird, but from this photo right here. So this one more for maybe an album cover, or I don't know, a Spotify playlist. I tried to replicate this effect of the face kind of pushed against the plastic. Didn't really render that much, but I thought it was interesting and I thought I would show it to you. This one really like. This one is cute. Based on that image and the prompt description that I got from ChatGPT, could generate this photo right here. I just changed the description of the glasses for just my original glasses. So this one pretty cool too. All right, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it for today. I sincerely hope you had fun watching me work with these photos. I also hope that you will want to try it for yourself. You've seen it's not a huge investment. You can start with the smaller pack. And again, don't forget to use our coupon code TEAMRONNY to get 10% off your pack. Any pack, could be the first pack, the second, third pack. It really depends how much fun you want to have with this app. Me, I am convinced I will probably keep purchasing credits because it's just so useful for me. Like photos like this one, I could really use on my thumbnails, for example. That's another way I'm going to be using these photos. So thank you to Headshots for sponsoring this video, for giving us the 10% off for you guys. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what you will do with this app, what kind of photos you will generate. Definitely let me know how it turned out for you. Thanks for watching. I'm going to leave you with this other video right here that you should watch next.